Welcome back, everybody, teachers, parents, family, students, other players, if you're watching the stream today, to the K12 Esports League winter season officially week one, match night number one with Super Smash Brothers. We have Kava Bears 1, and the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves. I'm Dustin Owens, one of the coordinators for the K12 Esports League, along with Robbie Menegdeg, the commissioner of the K12 Esports League. Robbie, how are we feeling coming into week one for the winter season?
Oh man, Dustin, I think you're feeling the exact same, but stoked. Can't wait. Only a short break and we're right back to it, which is amazing. We love the action that we get to see on our streams. We love doing this and bringing this esports league opportunity to our students and the amazing coaches that take care of them as well. This is such a cool thing for our K-12 powered schools and our K-12 powered students to be a part of. And it's our pleasure to bring it to you all. And as Dustin mentioned, this is week one of the winter season. 6 weeks coming at you for this regular season, right into a playoffs, and then we'll be looking toward the end of the school year already, which is insane to say, that is for sure. But today, for the Smash Bros. Match, we do have the Kava Bears team, who got third place in the fall season, which just ended our playoffs for that in December, the toward the end of December, right before the winter break for everyone. And then the K12 PA Alpha Wolves are actually our returning champs from the fall season as well. So this is going to be a great one to watch for sure. Cannot wait for it. And then right before we get into there, which looks like we are just about ready, just for everyone's info, we do have Valorant as well going on tonight, and we do have a streamed matchup on our Twitch channel, hosted by the University of Idaho. Shout out to them, and that is the Vava Bees team going up against the Wava Orcas team, which was the championship match from the fall season as well. So this week we're gonna have a lot of insane action, and we will have insane action all the way through until we crown champions for the season. But as I said, I think we're ready at this point. We're waiting on the players to join up in the arena, and then we'll get into it. So Smash Bros. Action tonight. Nothing better. Nothing
Yeah.
better.
And just some quick things with kind of the start of everything, just kind of getting back into the groove of everything. Obviously got all these teams and everything going on. So in the background, we might be answering some questions and stuff like that. So if there is any downtime, we'll do our best to keep that commentary up and going and keep the hype going for these guys. But just keep that in mind, as Robbie mentioned, like we're kind of busy in the background as well. But yeah, I think our players are about to get into the arena, and once we do, we'll get everything switched over and ready for this matchup. But I'm curious. Obviously, these players have had a few weeks off, had a couple weeks worth of winter break and everything, and then had really just a week tight turnaround to be able to come into these matchups. Reigning champs, K12 PEA, obviously Kava being third. It's no joke. I mean, that's those are two top teams that
Hmm.
made it all the way through playoffs and everything. So we should have a really, really good matchup, I think, starting to come out of week one for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I actually can't wait. This is one that obviously we could have seen, yeah, as the championship match, but did not. And so I'm excited to see the two teams go at it because they both have some really heavy hitters. You know, on the K12 PEA side, our champions from the fall season, really great players. Legend, who is actually two siblings that play on the same account. So Dustin and I, as league coordinators, we know and are very well aware of this, but they, as a sibling pair, are absolutely insane. And then Asaya on their team is also very great, and their substitute. I mean, they play every single time that they have a match. Woomvi, also super good, and they play the Pokemon Trainer, which is a very niche pick. I think they're the only player in the K12 Esports League that does, which is super cool. And then on the Kava side, we're looking at who I believe to be DJ Danger, who we all know is an insanely good Rob player. I mean, very good with that character. Who else am I seeing in here for Kava? I see Flex Flame, who's also very good. I can't remember right off the top of my head who they main, but the name is very familiar. I think they're a Sephiroth player, actually. Really good with the Seph. and then I think AJ or Quesadilla for Kava as the remaining player here tonight. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. And I think we are getting into the game. So enough of the pre-match yapping. Here we go.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see the Cloud and the Pyramithra come out. Two very big sword heavy hitters and everything like that too. So yeah, it should be a very interesting starting out. Relatively even though a little bit more damage coming from Melee onto Wumvi with some really good combinations here. Currently up to 56% is Wumvi Melee at actually okay climbing a little bit here. Again, a lot of back and forth, just the volley. We are starting out on small battlefield. Three arenas. Obviously, going to be a little different each time for each of these rounds, depending on how far we go and everything too. Some really good hits coming off from Melee on this Cloud onto 1V at 95%. It's gonna have to be careful. And I do apologize about
And
that audio. Thought it was unmuted, but it didn't quite unmute right away. Mine was, but my bad.
No worries, no worries. We are just getting back into the swing of things from the winter break, but we will see Woomvi on this Mithra Pirate take the first stock off of Melly here today. Once again, Woomvi on the K12 PEA Alpha team. Melly getting that stock take, evening us up at 2 apiece for the Kava Bears here on this one. Both these players, again, as Dustin mentioned, on sword characters, and they're playing really well. Both of them, in my opinion, as far as their spacing and things like that. That was a really great dodge from Melly into what was almost a converting attack. So again, these teams are very skilled. These players very skilled. They know how to play this game to a high degree, and we are seeing that here in this first game of the K12 Esports League winter season 2026. Super even now as well. Both players at about 80%, two stocks apiece still. This one may come down into the wire here, Dustin.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good first matchup for us to kind of observe and everything. Melee was doing some really good edge guarding there, trying to get this limit break all the way powered up, and is going to find it, but is going to try to use it, and unfortunately is not going to find the hit that they need. But 1v is going to get a really good hit after dodging that limit break. Is going to find that stock take on Melee. Just going to have to be careful at this 109%. Be very strategic in terms of getting in and out, which they're doing some really good dodging, but is going to unfortunately be met by Melee's onslaught and is going to get that stock take. We are down to the last stock for each of these players in round one. Some really good hits coming out from Melee's Cloud onto 1v. 1v trying to find some ground, is going to find a little bit there. Each player just dodging attacks left and right.
Yeah, this is getting to be a scary situation here for Woomvi, as Melly just keeps getting chip damage on them. But Woomvi now answering right back, now has the percentage lead as well. Both players very close to being one shot at this point in time. It's gonna be an amazing and incredible, shocking final hit. Whichever one comes out, it may very well be the next one here, Dustin, as Melly is at 103, and with Woomvi at 88%, if Melly on the Cloud can get a really nice hit, it will do it for us as well. So both these players, it's week one. They don't want to lose their first game. Sure, they're getting a little nervous, but Woomvi with the air smash will win that first game for the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves. However, shout out to Melly for keeping it as tight as they did. Really great gameplay from both of these players. Woomvi only going to the second game with one stock. And if you are going to, lose that first one, you want to make sure that that player is only going into the next match with, or I'm sorry, next game with a good, with only one stock.
For sure. Melly did set their team up really well, though. Again, only having that
Hmm.
one stock on 1v, still making this an extremely even matchup. And we're still only in the very first set. So, I mean, we still have a lot of action, I think, to go with how competitive these two teams and everything are. Um, Definitely seeing some different names in here too. I had not, I don't think I remember seeing Melly from fall season, and even Evan to some degree. I'm not sure about that particular one either. But as far as who is up for the Kava Bears, we have DJ Danger. It looks like probably going to be coming in on the Rob that he normally mains.
I mean, I could confidently say like 99.99999% we will be seeing this Rob here out of DJ Danger. But we did see Melly once in the fall season. Evan is a brand new name for me. However, and 'cause I do remember Melly on that cloud, and getting to stream and cast over them at least once, for the Kava Bears side of things. But as we could have only guessed, DJ Danger coming out on the Rob. We'll have 3 fresh stocks. Woomvi will be coming in with 1. Again, we do play crew battles, and so you'll see the most important piece of crew battles come into play right now. Woomvi is going to SD back down to 1 stock, which is what they ended the last game with. And now the game can officially start. DJ Danger once again on this Rob with 3 fresh stocks in an opportunity for sure to take those 3 stocks into the next game, against that next K12 PEA Alpha Wolves player. Womvi's job here is to try and take at least 1 stock, maybe 2, potentially all 3 if they can play out of their minds. But truly, at this point in the game, they want to just do as much damage as they can, get as many stocks as they can to set their next teammate up for as much success as possible.
Absolutely, and I mean, we've definitely. You've already mentioned it, Robbie. We've already seen DJ Danger in action, plenty of times. In previous seasons as well. Know what he's fully capable of and the versatility that he brings with this Rob character. Won't be doing a really good job though at getting some of this damage in. Is going to be hit there, but is still finding the openings on DJ at the moment. So. DJ's going to have to be a little strategic in how he gets this stock take if he doesn't want to lose any, but doing some really good edge guarding at the moment. And unfortunately, 1v is not going to be able to get back up to the platform, securing the win for DJ Danger in this particular round.
Man, I wish y'all could see my face right now. But DJ Danger, I have been doing this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Danger for me has evolved so much from the first time that I've seen them and met them. They convert on their combos on Rob so well and so often. That combo was insane. Timing was awesome. Even if Woomvi had the chance to get all the way back to the ledge there, DJ Danger had dropped the disc right where they would have been
Mhm.
going to. So I mean, DJ Danger's mastery of Rob is next level. It's amazing to see. It's amazing to see. So we're evened out now. K12 PA Alpha Wolves 6 stocks with Legend coming in. DJ Danger still kept all of their stocks, so Kava Bears also at six stocks at the moment. Coming in though, for the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves will be Legend on the Dark Pit, and we actually saw this matchup once during the fall season, and man, I say a lot of great things about DJ Danger on the Rob. I can say a lot of great things about Legend on the Dark Pit as well.
Yeah,
But it looks like potentially we're gonna have a reset coming through.
yeah, I believe it was the platforms and everything for some reason weren't quite spawned in, so I'm sure they're just getting that situation fixed. But just to Robbie's point, Legends, um, obviously a couple it's a couple siblings. If you aren't as familiar, we'll likely see Dark Pit, and then another sibling actually plays on a similar account through K12 PEA, on Asura. They're both really well versed in their characters, and it shows considering they were able to help take that championship and everything during the fall season. So you're definitely in for a treat, like I said, during this whole matchup. Like all of these players have done really well through the fall season and are looking to continue capitalizing on that into this winter season, to see if they can make it back through playoffs.
Yeah, I feel like the goal always as a champion from the fall season is to go back to back in the winter season so that you
Hmm.
win both seasons through a school year, right? So the K12 PA Alpha Wolves will be doing nothing but trying to achieve that. The hard thing about being the champion is that means that you got a target on your back and everyone wants to take you down. But here we go into game number 3 of this set number 1 tonight in the week 1 of the winter season for the K12 Esports League. Once again, DJ Danger for the Kava Bears on the Rob, Legend for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves on the Dark Pit. And we are just starting this one, but already very fast paced, high action. Both these players, again, as we mentioned, mastery over their characters. So this one is going to be one to watch for sure.
That's a really good, like I said, a lot of back and forth and everything. Some really good shielding points and everything coming out from DJ Danger there for a second. And then just that little bit of edge guard as Legend was trying to come in, throwing out that disc at the last second. Kind of like during that last round, just kind of knowing the placement of where to put that util and everything from this Rob. And it looks like he's going to be getting back to the platform. Legend trying to do a little bit of edge guarding,
Nice.
not going after him too aggressively just yet. DJ Danger in a little bit of danger at the moment with 143%. Gonna have to be careful with potentially another hit from Legend.
Yeah, and I talked last game how DJ Danger ended that one on Woomvi with an amazing combo, and we saw Legend pull off an amazing combo just a few moments ago as well. Walked DJ Danger basically from the center of the stage all the way to the side and off the map. But at this point in time, we're over a minute
Hmm.
and a half in. Both players with all stocks, and of course, as I'm bringing it up, Legend will convert on the first stock, take this game number 3. That will be them in the lead for a moment as right back answered is DJ Danger with the grab into the ground, into the up smash. Again, the combos coming out of these players are insane. Their timing is perfect. Their spacing is perfect. And this is going to be an amazing one to watch. It's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, just like I said, the placement of the util, the timing of when they're using these shields and everything, really
Wow.
good. At DJ trying to edge guard there, and Legend able to counter it to be able to get back. Was a great counter coming out there from Legend. So Legend trying to run down DJ's shield and is going to be able to find that. One thing I did notice even in the fall, that I'm noticing Legend doing this particular matchup as well is when shooting that arrow, the placement of like the arrows and stuff. Against these opponents, like especially when they're on the edge and everything, has been really good place. And again, we're going
Hmm.
to see Legend just take the second stock off of DJ Danger, doing really well with 2 stocks remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. And sitting at only 78%. I say only, but DJ Danger was up to like 140 by the time their stock got tick. So Legend kind of coming in on fire. Toward the middle of this game here. Hasn't really given DJ Danger too much time to breathe, but that is a really great hit. I thought that was going to be able to take the stock there from Legend. Unfortunately for DJ Danger, Legend's still on the map, but I believe a little bit. Oh my goodness, I was going to say a little bit of a blunder there, but Pitt's recovery, absolutely insane. Legend's still alive here at 128%. DJ Danger on their last stock, sitting at make that 58% now. DJ Danger needs to convert on this stock and just kind of get a nice little reset before too long because they're getting into the danger zone now.
Oh, and with one big hit at 128% Legend, able to finally take the last stock from DJ Danger, able to keep both stocks, setting them up really, really well in this first round, giving them the advantage. K12 PEA is on the move.
On the move indeed. Um, man, I think that that game started really, really even, right? But then as Legend and as the game progressed, as Legend got a little bit faster, they just really did not give DJ Danger any time to breathe. And as a Rob character, you kind of want that spacing to be able to set some things up and open up a combo, things like that. Legend just didn't give DJ Danger the opportunity to. So that was a great, great game by Legend there. And being able to go into this next game against Flex Flame from the Kava Bears with two stocks is huge for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves. They are in a very great position to take this first set. Um, as a reminder, everyone, I say that all the time here for Smash, but I feel like there's so many little things. We do play a best of three series. So after one team wins this set, we will be moving to a second set. And if we're 1-1 after that, we'll have to play one more to finish us out and determine a full winner. But for this first set here, K12PA Alpha Wolves in a really good spot to finish it, being up 5 stocks to 3 at the moment over the Kava Bears here. But as I called it out earlier, Flex Flame on this Sephiroth coming in with 3 fresh stocks here, playing actually pretty well using the range advantage that Sephiroth has over Legend pretty well here. Now, unfortunately, the edge guarding play from uh, Dark Pit can be very tough to come out alive on, but Flex Flame, fortunately and very mechanically, was able to get back to the side of the stage. But that only delayed the inevitable. Legend will take the first stock here in this game, evening us up at 2 stocks apiece. Flex Flame does have Legend up to 101% though now, so one good hit will send Legend packing and onto their final stock, and there it is.
Is that caster curse that we have ran into multiple times throughout the fall and everything. Is like as it's happening, it happens as we're talking and everything. But really good for Flex Flame to be able to get that stock take. One down, kind of one to go. You keep that mindset. You don't let anything else bother you. You just make sure you keep dipping in and out. Really good edge guarding coming out from Flex Flame
Yeah.
though. Keeping Legend off for just that little bit of time and able to kind of come back into the shield. I think with Sephiroth, even though there's some big hits in there, some of the movement from his is just slightly slower, obviously, than Dark Pit. So it does make it a little more challenging in that sense. But again, any character can be played really well in the right hands, and both of these players have definitely know their characters well.
That is for sure. And like one thing I really want to shout out from Flex Flame, that they're doing super amazingly is they're all almost controlling the pace of the game. As Dustin mentioned, Sephiroth can be a little bit of a slower sword player, but using that range, using the moveset that Sephiroth has, Flex Flame was able to control the pacing a little bit and not let Legend be all up in their face the entire game. So that will play to Flex Flame's advantage, and Flex Flame on the Sephiroth will actually take both stocks off of Legend with 2 stocks remaining. So we will be seeing our final player from the K12PA Alpha Wolves come in with only a 1 stock advantage here. This will be the final game of set number 1. Flex Flame with 2, and whoever the third player is from the K12PA Alpha Wolves with 3. So Flex Flame obviously at a disadvantage, but it is nowhere near impossible for them to kind of make this quote unquote comeback and win the set for the Kava Bears.
For sure, I still think he's really well set up to have like a relatively even matchup going into this final round. I'm curious to see if we. It looks like we might be seeing the other legend come in on the Sora. Not 100% positive on that. That's just a guess based off of like some of the movement from the characters and everything, or from the players. But yeah, some really good Sephiroth play. Like I said, those slower characters, knowing when the best timing is to be able to like map out their moves and everything can be really tricky given the speed. But I think Flex Flame does a really good job at maneuvering the Sephiroth.
Oh, 100%. And I do think that you're right that we will be seeing the other sibling of Legend come out. Um, because my guess right now would be the only reason Legend exited and just came back is so that they could switch out controllers. Smash players are very, very picky about their controllers. They have their main controller and that's what they have to use. So if I could guess, that's probably what we just saw happen. But it looks like we will have the other legend sibling coming in here on the Sora, as Dustin mentioned. Again, they have 3 fresh stocks. Flex Flame will be coming in with 2. We know that Flex Flame has to be on the Sephiroth. This legend, I mean, most likely is on the Sora. Oh, the other part, again, just getting nerdy here, everyone, with Smash Bros. Uh, that Legend entered and exited back in is probably the mapping of the buttons there, Dustin, right? Um, some Smash players like to map different things to different buttons, and
Hmm.
so that could potentially be what we're seeing as well. A lot of them, like the jumping, they make a little bit different, and things like that, just so they can control it a little bit better. But that gets deep down into the rabbit hole. We are just waiting at this point for the Kava Bears Flex Flame player to come in. Um, and it's totally all right. We actually give the players technically at least a couple minutes in between each game in case they need to, refill their water, if they need to go use the restroom real quick, whatever it may be. Um, so Dustin and I, for the moment, will just continue breaking some things down, and boom, perfect. Don't even need to. We will see this game start in just a second here, but surprise, Dustin. We're seeing a legend Bowser come out for the first time here.
Oh man.
Uh, very interesting.
No, I was not expecting that at all. I think you just kind of assumed that each of these players is gonna, bring to the table what they played in the fall and everything. Maybe this is a surprise character that the legend sibling knows really really well, and we didn't know anything about. But unfortunately, right out of the gate, Flex Flame. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think a little bit of a difference in maneuver is going to have a stock that's taken away from them, and they're going to be at a disadvantage now, down to 1 stock. Gonna have to be careful, given the nature of Bowser and these pounds and everything with his heavy hitting skills.
Absolutely. And it's so funny that Legend brings out the Bowser. We have so many Bowser players in the K12 Esports League. It's a little bit ridiculous. But bringing out the Bowser here is Legend, and as Dustin mentioned, such a hard, heavy hitter. Flex Flame at 99% right now has to be very, very careful. And they were doing a pretty good job of controlling that spacing, controlling the pacing as well. But Flex Flame will drop there to Legends Bowser. Able to get them up to 79%, which is not too shabby at all. But Legend, again, knowing their character, whether it's the Sora or the Bowser, was able to use those grabs and pounds and the up smash finish flex flame there to their advantage. And so that will be the K12 PA Alpha Wolves winning our first set here today. That does not finish our match though here today, ladies and gentlemen. We have at least one more set coming up on Final Destination. And if the K12 PA Alpha Wolves also win that set, that will make them the victors today. Kava Bears have a chance to send us to a third set though if they win the next one on what we call big battlefield or just battlefield. I'm really interested to see. Yeah, K12 PEA, they do a great job of bringing in all of their players on this team. So it looks like we will have a Saya for the Wolves starting us out on this one, and then either DJ Danger or Melly Z for the Kava Bears. And that is one of the cool things that I think definitely goes into the strategy and the coaching behind Smash Bros. Crew battles here, Dustin, is after the first set is over, there's definitely a little bit of thought thought processing that could go into what you want your order to be, what characters, if any, the players will change on, and things along those lines. You were a coach in the past. What do you think about that? The adjustments that you or a team could take from set one to set two.
No, I totally agree with the strategy, and I mean, it really just depends because you obviously like for these guys anyway, you're not 100% positive if the other school or the other team is going to go with the exact same setup, but you at least have a general idea of what characters they are going to be using, which kind of helps. And I think honestly, like a pivotal position, I mean, starting out of the gate, the very first player is going to set the tone for how the rest of the match goes. But I always feel like that anchor position, that final position for any team, can make or break. Honestly, the matchups because I've seen where we've gotten down to the very last player for a team. Even last season, I think it was one of the Kava teams. Uh, it was able to take away the rest of the stocks from the opposing team with that anchor position, as close of a matchup as it was, getting down to like the
Hmm.
very last few stocks and everything. So obviously a I mean, everybody plays a role in this, but I think with that, knowing who you're going to put first or knowing who you're going to put last, is definitely going to make a difference in how the strategy plays out to the advantage of your team.
Oh, 100%. And that's the interesting. I think that's I love that you bring that up, Dustin, as I gather my thoughts here, because I think that is the most important thing that goes into choosing your order lineup. Do you want to come out the gate with your strongest player, or do you want to save them for the anchor? I
Mm,
think usually the answer is pretty easy. You want them to be the last player, uh, just as either it's they're in a position where they're in a clutch moment and they have to stay alive and make it through, or you're always having that weapon in your back pocket, right? But also, it can get really interesting and really fun to see the strongest player come out the gate and just
mhm.
try and take as many stocks from the other team as possible before your teammates even have to start playing as well. So there's definitely like a lot of different ways you can think about it, a lot of different ways you can go about it. Um, and again, I think the easy answer, right, is to put everybody at the anchor or put that strongest player as your anchor, your final player. But um, some teams get really creative and they do put them first or even in the middle, and that is always fun to see. At the end of the day, though, no matter what, all of these teams are looking to win, and so whatever it works the best for their team, whatever their team thinks puts them in the best position to do that, is what they're gonna do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we, I think, are going to go back to a quick be back soon screen. And as soon as we're ready for the action, we'll be back.
Stay tuned. All
All right,
right.
everyone. Sorry for the delay. We are back. We got a Saya for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves on the Ganondorf going up against Flex Flame. The K12 PA Alpha Wolves bringing out a different look for us here today, Dustin.
Yeah, there's we're just kind of just full of surprises coming into the winter season. But hey, I love it. I'm digging it. I like the differences and the changes. Just I think people need a change sometimes with the characters and everything. So Asaya on this Ganondorf, obviously Ganondorf, and I could be wrong with saying this. I feel like is probably one of the slowest characters in the game,
Hmm.
even above like Bowser and stuff like that. But man, the hits that they can make, like they can pretty much take out a person without hardly doing much of anything, with the right combinations and stuff.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Aside, I feel like you just love your slower, heavy hitter characters because we know Asaya as the King DDD player,
Hmm.
but coming out on the Ganondorf here today, and actually, both players throughout that first minute and 15 seconds seemed like they were really just feeling each other out. And we will see both of them take a stock off of each other pretty much back to back. So at this moment in time, 1 minute and 30 seconds into this one, two stocks apiece, both at about 50%. So very, very, very even at the moment. Flex Flame opting now to play this ranged game that Sephiroth does have, make Asaya have to come into them. This is definitely a really good strategy because, as Dustin mentioned, and we will see it convert in a stock take as well. Flex Flame up 2-1 now. Uh, Ganondorf's so slow, not a lot of range either. Like, they're in a tough spot to even get close enough to Flex Flame to actually do any damage. But if they can start anything or get a couple hits off, I mean, Flex Flames are already in danger mode. So, in danger mode, getting hit again, I thought that was going to do it here for us. As Flex Flame still alive for the moment, but will get that final stock. I'm sorry, second stock taken off of them. We are final stock per player now. Asaya figuring out how to break that distance between them and Flex Flame. Already has Flex Flame up at 61%. Flex Flame with a good hit back, though, getting some momentum back into their favor. Back to the ranged game as well. Very, very even here. It's either going to be a lot of chip damage coming out from Flex Flame into a final hit, or Asaya's going to make their way slowly into Flex Flame and get a really nice, smash off, and then that'll do it here for this first game of set number 2.
Yeah, Sai's doing really good at shielding against Flex Flame's long play here. Um, Trying to get inside does really good.
Oh,
Flex Flame is going to find an opening, is going to take it, and is going to win this particular match with one stock remaining, though. Still a very, very tight matchup here.
yeah, okay. I got two things to call out, one for each player. First off, shout out to Asaya. Ganondorf is not an easy character to be really good at. And just the fact that they were able to break that distance enough to bring Flex Flame down to one stock was really, really solid against Ganondorf, not an easy character. For Flex Flame, though, that was a masterclass, at least in my opinion, of training your opponent, quote unquote. Flex Flame had kept throwing out the same moves over and over, but then knew at that last moment that they wanted to do the down B, bring up the shield, get the parry, and that is what ultimately finished that game for them. And so Flex Flame was almost like waiting for Asaya to come through and do that, and then that did win it for them. But with that being said, we're in a game 2 of our set number 2 here on Final Destination. Again, with crew battles, we will see Flex Flame on the Sephiroth drop to one stock to match what they ended last game with. And we're seeing the legend sibling that played Bowser last set back on who we believe to be their main in the Sora. So coming out, hitting hard is legend here on this one with their main pick. Gonna be a
And
hard one for Flex Flame. Flex Flame, their goal is gonna be can I take one stock?
And it's funny because I feel like I'm watching from Kingdom Hearts the showdown in one of the battle arenas because Sephiroth is one of actually the final bosses. Just a little bit of nerdiness there, but on 106% currently, and going to get the stock take is Legend making this game on this very quick work of Flex Flame really, really good on staying away from Sephiroth's bigger or harder hits and everything, and playing that distance game with using the magic points and everything. Really good job, Sora. Legend.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again with this Sora that Legend does bring out. They are really good with their ranged attacks. And sometimes that's all you need to what is the phrase I'm looking for here? Sometimes all the range attacks are all you need to really get up that chip damage and then secure stocks. And if you can use them in the right spot, know your distancing, know when the other player is going to jump or shield, and then use that to your advantage. I mean, that's what Smash Bros is all about, right? But we, after that game, are now equal for our two teams here. 6 stocks for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves, 6 stocks for the Kaba Bears. Total, that is, we will have Legend on 3 with the Sora and DJ Danger on 3 with the Rob. Now, another matchup that we've seen is the Sora versus the Rob here. And it's a very similar situation that DJ Danger is going to need to get through, which is oh, and we have a quick reset with the stage. And that is no worries here, everyone. It actually gives me just an extra minute to talk about what I wanted to talk about. Being DJ Danger in a very similar situation to what we saw in set number 1, needing to almost either figure out how to control the pace of the game or at the very least match the pace of Legend coming out on the Sora here. They are going to play very, very fast. And so DJ Danger needs to also play very fast or figure out how to make sure that Legend plays slower. And so we'll have to see. Potentially, did DJ Danger learn anything from that first set? And did they make any mid-series adjustments? I know that they're capable of it, and I also know that Legend is on this Sora is just amazing. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's gonna be down to the final stock for each player, and then it's gonna be a coin flip, honestly. But we'll just have to see how it all does actually play out here. Again, on Final Destination, DJ Danger on the Rob, Legend on the Sora. Here we go.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned it a little bit in the fall season, or I think you did during one of the matchups. Rob is typically better with platforms. Am I not mistaken in saying that?
Yes.
Typically, but I mean, again, anything can happen. Um, Legend though, currently, oh, and climbing DJ gets some really good hits in on that, making this actually
Nice
a little bit more
dodge.
even than it was. Gonna stay to that edge, actually setting that up, but Legend actually going to use the disc against DJ Danger and then go right into that Thundaga, trying to get the Blizzaga freeze off. But DJ is able to at least knock him off, and then Legend is able to come right back up, um, keeping this, like I said, a really, really just close matchup. Some really good shields there too.
Uh, I'm a little bit speechless right now because both these players are playing out of their minds.
Hmm.
Actually, it's kind of insane.
I
DJ
love.
Danger right now has Legend up to 150%. DJ Danger at 108 themselves. Both players in the danger zone for sure, and that will actually be the first stock take here for sure. DJ Danger striking and taking first blood here in this game. Giving themselves an advantage. They are very, very high percentage though, so they definitely need to play a little bit careful, get as much damage onto Legend as they can before they do end up inevitably losing this first stock. But like I said, both these players are playing amazing right now. The shielding has been on point, the dodging has been on point. What moves they're using
Mhm.
at particular times has been on point. I'm actually super intrigued that Legend did not get a stock take there after the freeze did connect and convert, and DJ Danger actually taking that and really taking control of this game. Still alive with this first stock. I'm sorry, with all three stocks at 139%. He's already got Legend on their second stock up to 103%. So DJ Danger coming out here in set number 2 with a point to prove as they do
Huge.
take the next stock from Legend as well. But Legend said, man, I got to get you. We'll answer right back. We are one stock for Legend, two stocks for DJ Danger. Um, Man, speechless, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said,
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, one of the things that I'm finding, and that's the fourth time I've counted it. Anytime Legend has been going to use the Thundaga ability, uh, DJ is actually doing some really good maneuvers. Fifth time there to be able to dodge that every single time. I don't know if you noticed. There's been two times he's dipped under the Thundaga off the stage, and then two other
hmm
times on the edge of the stage where he was able to get at least his hand on the edge
oh,
to kind of avoid some of that damage and everything, and then going over it there. Legend obviously is going to find a stock take on DJ, but some really good maneuverability around these Sora abilities. Um, yeah, and just the good shields, good counters to each of these, being able to block some of Legend's attacks and everything, so that way they can stay on board as much as possible here.
absolutely. And I feel like we've been talking about DJ Danger a lot. I got to shout out Legend here for
Hmm.
equalizing this game. Basically, we are both players down to one stock. Now has the percent advantage as well. That hit almost finished the game. Legend making the comeback here in this game. Both players at the danger zone, but Legend, oh my goodness, what a dodge into the side smash. Timed it perfectly. DJ Danger was looking for what looked like to be the disc throw and just was not quite fast enough there. What a really great game coming out of both players. Legend on the Sora will end up winning that one with one stock, making the stock count here for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves 4 to Kava Bears 3. So we are coming down to the wire here on this second set, but for that game specifically there, Dustin, I just got to talk a little bit more on this one. Um, it felt like for a while there, DJ Danger had control, and
Hmm.
then toward the end, we did see Legend take control as well. But that is just a testament to how good both those players are, to where for a time of the game, it felt like a really long time, both of them had control. And so, again, that's just a testament to both these players and how good they are. So shout out, I mean, shout out all 7 players in this lobby. Honestly, it's a banger matchup for week number 1 here for the K12 Esports League winter season. But we are into this one here. Melly Z coming back out on the cloud for the Kava Bears. Reminder: this is their final player here for this one. Legend with one stock on the Sora coming in. Melly, can you survive and take this final stock from Legend with all 3 remaining to go into the final one? And unfortunately, we will start off with Melly dropping their first stock. Cloud, unfortunately, with just not a whole lot of mobility, not a whole lot of options to get back to stage, and we will see that unfortunate case become a reality here for Melly in this game here. So now down to 2 stocks. Legend still again with that one stock, shipping up Melly as well. We're seeing 66% here from Melly, 61% here for Legend. Melly at least playing a I'm sorry, doing a really good job of chipping up this damage little by little, getting Legend to a place where they are in that one hit area.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the hits just coming back and forth. Another stock take we're going to see on to Melly. Melly now down to the final stock, and potentially kind of match point here if Legend is able to take this stock. But Legend just with the onslaught of magic abilities and back and forth attacks, able to kind of shield and dodge against Melly Melly's big sword hits and everything like that too. Um, Melly still climbing on the percentage that Thundiga really, really getting on the edge. Uh,
Mhm.
Good hit there from Melly to try to get Legend away, but Legend comes right back firing in. Each of
This
these
game has
players.
come down to the wire. Yeah, sorry, Dustin, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think each of these players, one good hit, one solid hit from either,
Mhm.
is gonna send them flying.
Absolutely. Melly searching for it, was able to dodge away, but it looks like Legend will be able to finish us off here and get that final hit onto Melly from the Kava Bears, securing victory tonight for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves. Unfortunately for Melly there, they had a both players did a move at the same time. The first part of that move canceled out, but for Melly on that cloud, it's a single strike move that came out. For Sora, I'm sorry, for Legend on the Sora, that was a two-stage move. So the first one canceled out, the second one converted, and that is what gave us the difference there on that one. But man, amazing. Shout out to all six players here again for both the Kava Bears and the K12 PA Alpha Wolves. I'm sorry, make that seven because we did see both Wumvi and Asaya for the K12 PA Alpha Wolves. Um, Shout out to y'all. First off, let's re-congratulate you both for first place to K12 PEA and third place for Kava for the fall season. We are expecting y'all to continue your momentum into this winter season. I mean, we obviously just saw it right there, right, Dustin? K12 PA Alpha Wolves still with their foot on the gas pedal, but the Kava Bears team with amazing gameplay as well. They're going to be primed and prepped to for sure qualify for playoffs, but then even make it to potentially a championship match. And if they can keep getting better and better throughout the season, they can definitely give this Alpha Wolves team a good run for their money, even more than they just did just now.
I agree. I mean, it's only week 1 and we can only grow from here. So,
Yeah.
and the nice thing is, I mean, at least in my opinion, with the streams and everything like that too, you can kind of see what people are doing with each of these characters and everything too. So, kind of do some reviews, some assessment. But like overall, I mean, for both of these teams being in final playoffs, kind of seeing some of the changes that they came into tonight, and seeing like the counterplay and everything, I have a really, really good feeling that even though the Kava Bears lost tonight, they're only going to go from here. And K12 PEA, kudos to you for winning tonight and the championship, as Robbie mentioned in the fall. And I don't expect anything less moving forward through the rest of the season. But with that being said, that does wrap us up here for Super Smash Week One of the winter season. If you're interested on our Twitch at the moment, we have the University of Idaho back with us streaming our Valorant matchup with the Virginia Virtual Academy Bees versus the Washington Virtual Academy Orcas. So feel free to head over there, check out that matchup. Some really good competitive gameplay going on there too, as that rematch for the championship, so to speak, in week
Mhm.
one. But with that being said, Robbie, do you have
Yeah.
anything else before we officially sign off?
I do actually. Yes. Number one, I'm just gonna continue Dustin's point there. The Valorant stream right now on our Twitch channel, it is currently 11 to 9. And so if you know anything about Valorant, it is first to 12 or win by two. So this one is coming down to the wire. It is a great matchup. I urge you to go check that out once we're done here. But outside of that, again, Dustin mentioned it, but shout out to University of Idaho for streaming our Valorant matchups for the season. Next week, we will you will all be seeing some different faces streaming Smash through the remainder of the season, as we do have Concord University and some of their collegiate players and students coming on to cast Smash Bros for us, which is super, super, super amazing of them. Um, so I believe that this may be one of the final times that you hear from me and Dustin for Smash Bros specifically. And so, number one, just thank you guys for always keeping us entertained. Number two, cannot wait for Concord and their players and their casters to come on and give you guys their insight as they actually know Smash way more than me and Dustin. Um, and thirdly, make sure you treat them with respect as always. But that'll do it here for us for week number one. back tomorrow night for Marvel Rivals, Wednesday Rocket League and chess, and then Thursday for Fortnite. And then we'll be done with week one. We got 6 weeks of the regular season. Lots of action coming your way. Students, players, keep up on your grades. We cannot wait to see how everyone evolves through the season and see who qualifies for playoffs. But Dustin, that will officially do it for me here.
Awesome. No, and to that point, with Concord University come on, next week is just a slight change with the schedule. Monday being a holiday for most of the schools, as well as us here at Stride and everything. So be on the lookout next Friday for some of those Smash matchups, as well as the Valorant matchups and everything. But that's just next week, and then we'll get back to our regular schedule routine the following week. So we appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and checking out these teams week one. We hope to see you again in the future. We'll definitely see you tomorrow night if you're back for Marvel Rivals.
Take care, everyone.